He said, and I'm going to get a king from his sons. He didn't tell him how many sons that he had. But God has a way of measuring us. And I don't know, I wonder why did he didn't send Samuel to get a bull, a male bull, but he told him to go get a female cow and take her down there with him. And the oil was in a horn with an open top. And when he went down there, he didn't tell everybody everything, but he knew that he was not going to close the top of the horn. It was open. He went on down there. But see, one thing about God, God doesn't move if things are not right.
That's right. That's right.
He went there and he got there, and men wanted to go with him. He said, get up and sanctify yourself. I'm not going for no jump. Sanctify yourself. I'm going to work for the Lord. And when he got there, he found Jesse and told Jesse that the Lord had told him that he was going to find a king out of his sons. He didn't know how many sons he had. You know, a lot of times, can I just slow down a little bit? Because church folk have to learn. Everybody that some church members pick is not God's pick. God really didn't want the king that Samuel had. He never wanted him. You all know his name? Saul. You know. They looked at the outward appearance of Saul. But see, God looked at the heart. So Samuel just loved Saul. He kind of got mixed up with the wrong people there. And he said, well, Lord, Israel wants a king that they can touch. And so that's why they want to be like the other nations. And God said to him, said, well, Samuel, I know you love Saul, but in my eyesight, he's not even worth 2 cents. So I'm going to do this because you're my favorite person, but I'm not going to personally tell him anything.
All right.
I'm going to let you make it. Because you all believe in Saul because his robe was big, handsome, and talked big. God said, I just don't have no faith in him. But because of you, Samuel, you love him, and I'm going to let you go and tell him what I want him to do, because I don't really want him. He's the people's choice, but he's not mine. You know, a lot of times in church, pastors run into that. It's not really our choice, but sometimes we just let people ask us, we won't give in, and every now and then we might just show a little concern. But when people mess up in the church, good pastors don't go and tell them, I told you that it wasn't going to happen. We don't have to do that. But when he gave him his orders, went and told him, I'm going to make him king because you want him. And he said that he gave him, told him what to do. I want you to kill everything, don't leave nothing. And he went over there. Samuel did that. God never did talk to him much. Because, see, God knows how we are. And when he gave him his assignment and he went on to work, and God told him to tell him, don't leave nothing. get the babies, get the sucking baby pigs, cows, and everything. I don't want nothing left. And he went on over there and he disobeyed God and he kept back some cattle. And so he told Samuel, I will complete my job. I'm rushing with this because I'm not going to go too low. He's not completing my job. And when God called Samuel and told him, I know you don't like it. I love you, but I got to override you. You say he's good, but you tell him for me, he's no longer king. Now he took him down, but he didn't make him David king right away. But he sure took him down, didn't he? He said, now, I don't know why you keep weeping and worrying and praying and all, because it's not going to help. I do not want Saul, I don't want it, he can't be. He's down as of today. But go down to Bethlehem, Jesse's house, and you tell Jesse you're coming down there to get a king for me. He didn't know how many sons he had. But you know, it's funny sometimes how parents sometimes we make little mistakes because we try to pick out kids we want God to have because we want them. But it doesn't always work. So he kept the king. He brought all the other boys over there and marched them around. Had this oil in this horn with an open top. And when they went around, turned it upside down, the water oil would move. When God has something to do with a person, he can make all stand still. He put them big robust guys on them. They look good, but God wasn't for them. So when he came, he marched in. I'm rushing through this. I got to save some minutes ago. I'm going to go around this building. I can't do it like you all do. I hope you don't have to help me, but I'm going to try to get around it. I really want to go around 3 times. But I don't know, but I'm going to try. No, I shouldn't say that, church. I said, Lord, I'm going around it. But when they went through and opened the horn and the oil, it wouldn't come out. So Samuel said to Jesse, he said, now, I don't know how many kids you got. I don't know about it. He said, but something's not right. Because God told me to come down here. It wasn't that you might get a king, that I was going to get a king out of your family. He said, I want to ask you one question. Are all your children here? Because something's not right. God is always, and of course, Jesse said, well, I got one left, but you just a little guy. He's, some people said that he was called him Ruddy. But I'm not going to even deal with Ruddy. Ruddy didn't need him. All right. David was a good looking guy. Yes, sir. Yeah, I ain't going to go into that one. So, all right. But that's what they felt. But he said, I'm not go get him. I'm not going to sit down until he come here. David came up there. He lined up and looked. I used to tell my wife, I said, when David hit that yard, that all got to happen. See, when God knows when we are right. And yes, we sometimes make mistakes. But I often say to church, tell God about it. He already knows that you made a mistake, but he will forgive you. So, Jesse told his little lad to come down. Samuel brought him down. Listen to me saying this. I said that the oil started bubbling and started boiling in that horn the minute he got in that yard. And when he went down that aisle, like his other brothers that went, the oil didn't have no top. It was upside down. It didn't run for his brother. But the oil ran everywhere when David went there. So he said, Lord, let the oil run on me. I might not be the strongest. I might not be the wealthiest. I may not have much talent. But Lord, let the oil run on me. You don't worry about how people look at what they say about you, long as the oil runs. Tell them, say, Lord, I don't care. I may not be the best looking. May not be the best dressed. Maybe the raggediest guy in the church or lady. But let the oil. I kind of feel no good. Let the oil run on me. Thank you, Jesus. All went everywhere. Can't go back now. I'm getting back to Samuel. David, he went, I'm jumping now, to Ziklag. They gave him Ziklag, right? Y'all read the story, right? And when he went there, now this is where my text is coming from. He went to an army, a battle. He got his group together and carried them to fight. He went and fought, and while he was out there fighting, a lot happened. David almost lost that battle. But he was trying to deal with some of Israel's worst enemies. I know y'all have read the story, and he went. But when he decided to come back home with his soldiers, when he got back to his camp, his building, his tents and everything were burned. They were destroyed. And on top of that, he had two wives disposal, but he wanted to let you. I'm not going into that. See, I'm not going to go into that. He had two wives, right? So they were gone. All of the soldiers that he had fighting with him, children and wives, was gone. And you know, sometimes in church members can turn on their leaders. We can feel it. We know all of that's all right, but we know just keep yourself straight. But see, sometimes those men told David, said that you're a good soldier, you're a good fighter, but we're gonna kill you. You done brought us here. They said somebody get some stones, but see, God had control. They was giving him, threatening him, and so David just prayed to the Lord. He said, God, you tell me what to do. I'm going, should I go and get them? Tell me what should I do? Everything that I have is gone, including my wives, and the children, everything is gone. What should I do? Should I go and return something back? And God spoke to him, didn't he? How many of y'all know what God told him to do? He said, go and what? Recover it all and everything else. So the people that burned their camp down, one of the men, the soldiers, got sick. And the leader of that group that was destroying that campus, his campground, he got mad at the man. They beat him and they threw him over to the side. They wanted to kill him. They said he'll die. But as a thought that I left, the theme I left, I went looking for trouble. But I stumbled on a blessing. They didn't know what, sometimes your car may not run right. I know y'all ain't gonna give me that. I know my car ran out of gas one day on the car, and my wife didn't have no mercy on me. And she said, you got money, you got a credit card. I ain't have no mercy, but I know this. If this car run out of gas, I'm gonna leave you right out here on this highway. I know you leave me on the highway. She was upset, but you know what? Now I know this may sound when I was the Lord, I don't need much gas. But let it hit one more time and let me make it a gas station. I hit that accelerator and hit that key, and started. So my wife was saying to me, I'm looking for a gas station, do not pass one. About a mile down, I got there and I filled it up. You know, a lot of times, and I say this and I'm taking my time, I'm a hope a little bit of it. But I try to make things clear to people. Because the church, no matter how holy the name is, a lot of things go on in the churches that is not the pastor's responsibility. It's not their fault.
That's right, yes, that's right.
But they've been accused and charged a lot of things with pastors, men and women. But you don't have to worry about that. Because God said that liars are not going to tarry in His sight. They got a special straight shot. So you don't have to let them make you sin in church. We pastors, we just know that it's not true. We hate that it's being said or done. And some of the people that do it to pastors, they, I ain't gonna say they're your pick, but they're not your favorite, but you think they're the best person for that job. But I've learned, I tell them all the way I am, I have learned to look at the tail when you start to see. And I tell them, I said, don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. But if you start something, I ain't gonna say the rest. This pastor right here, right? You on Madison Street, right? Yeah, I'm down in Madison and killed there. And you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about too. Because sometimes we're in a terrible world. And I said that, I tell them all the time that I'm 4 decades, that's 10 years, right? 10 decades, 10 years. I tell them at the church, I'm 4 decades behind you all. Because what you do now, I'd be put out of church for doing it. Yeah, I've been in church a long time. I'm 85. I've been there all my life. It was just a lot of things that you just couldn't do. You couldn't wear it to church. You couldn't use it in church. I don't care. I told my members, I said, I don't care if your doctor tell you and put you on what's that little stuff they put? Marijuana. I said, if your doctor tell you you're not going to live without the marijuana, die outside. No, I'm going on. They wonder why we having so many accidents. People killing folk, just running over folk. They high. They have drunk. I never forward marijuana, but I know some people did. Marijuana make you high. So you ain't gonna drive right loaded with marijuana. So, but we need to, I don't want to get in trouble too long. Holiness is right. Holiness is right. And I told Mother, I ain't gonna call her Mother, Apostle Jackson, when I came to her, I said, I was born and raised in Church of God in Christ. I said, but Bishop Mason didn't worry about the Church of God in Christ as much as he did. He preached holiness. I found out that she was preaching holiness. I said, so we're trying to get things back, but you all excited me. Y'all coming here. I ain't never seen nobody start that. Got praise and worship, the prayer man, they have been. And all of you all, I mean, excuse me, you all was praising God. You know, y'all not like those old A-models. They don't have to crank you up. My daughter got a car, all I got to do is that she pushed the button and it starts. Somebody push your button and push it. When you got in there. And especially these two